What's good, everybody? It's your boy Paxtex back with another one. Yes, Sirski. Today, we're going to be talking about building an AI application using Google Firebase Studio. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So if you haven't heard of Firebase Studio, you can go over to firebase.studio, and here's where you'll be brought to. It is actually the full stack AI workplace brought to you by Google. It's really awesome. They have a bunch of different frameworks you can jump right into in a virtual IDE right in the cloud. It's going to give you VS Code, everything you need to get started, web view, phone view, whatever you need. So you don't have to necessarily download Android Studio or really any other IDE, so you can work on this from anywhere you need to. So this is the screen that you'll be brought to for Google Firebase Studio. We will not be using the prototype app with AI feature today. However, to get started with AI, we're going to come down here, and as you can see, you can get started by coding an app using the framework of your choice. If you scroll across, you can see they have pretty much any framework that you would need to get building a web application. Today, we're going to be using the Gemini API, and this is a great starting point if you want to directly use the API or the Gemini API to do generative things. So let's click this and get started. So as you can see, I named mine Gemini Test. We're going to be using a JavaScript web environment with Vite as the build tool, and then let's just get started and click create. So Firebase Studio is going to go ahead and spin up a virtual IDE for us. As you can see, it's setting up our workspace, initializing our environment. It's going to build the environment for us and finalize everything. So I'll see you when that's ready to go. Now, as our environment is complete, it's really cool. You'll see we have our VS Code right here. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to change my color theme to dark because that is forbidden to have light mode on. And because we have our dark theme now, as you can see, it's going to give us an IDE right here in the cloud. It's going to run a few commands naturally. Our code is going to be written for us right when we log in, which is awesome because it knows exactly what we're trying to do. As you can also see, a terminal opens up at the bottom. It's going to run Node and install all the packages that we need right off the bat. As you can see over here, we have our HTML, we have our Gemini banner, our get ignore, our public folder, pretty much everything that we would need to build an application or a web app with Vite as the build tool right off the bat. Now, as I mentioned, the cool thing about this is we do have access to Gemini right here. So if we have any questions about code or anything of that nature, we can ask Gemini directly, as well as they provide you with a really cool web view. So let's get into this application to see how fast you can get started with AI using Google Firebase Studio. As stated, here we are with a full-on application. You can jump into your JavaScript. The one thing you will need to make this application work is a Google Studio API key. So let's go grab that and then we'll come right back here. So if you didn't know, you can actually grab an API key from Google Studio AI. I'm going to grab my API key and jump right over into my application. If you need one, you can go to aistudio.google and make yours right now. So now we're back in our application. In our main.js, they tell you exactly where to put your API key. So I'm going to put that in there and then we'll get to testing. Okay, now that I have my API key in there, we can actually use this AI application and we have full access to the Gemini Studio API calls. So this is a really cool app that they provide you with. It actually uses multimodal, so it's going to take an image and provide you with a recipe based on the image that you provide them with. The cool thing is this example is already set up, so all we have to do is click go and you'll see how fast and how easy it is to get started with AI. Let's go. Okay, it's going to come up pretty quickly. It's going to tell us what it yields, the prep time, the cook time, the ingredients we would need, the instructions. It's going to keep moving. That's awesome. Our API calls are working. If you wanted to, you can go change some things, change the colorways. If you had any questions about your code or anything of that nature, you can ask Gemini directly. But today was just to show you guys how quickly and how easy it is to get started with AI prototyping in Google Firebase Studio. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.